The Great Collectibles here for an action figure review. Today we are looking at the 2022 Hasbro Marvel Legends Spiral. She is part of the late 2022 X-Men Retro Wave. In our online shop, she is one of the best-selling figures from this wave that up to this recording we are still receiving orders for her. She comes in the retro card back packaging, artwork done by David Nakayama. At the back, a short read-up and some product shots of the other figures in this wave. This is an excellent representation of the comic book character Spiral, which has 6 arms. And in this figure, you have 6 well-articulated arms, all with double-jointed pinless elbows, and she has hands to hold 6 swords as well. In terms of her legs, she has a double-jointed pinless knees, some sculpted details such as the pockets, and in terms of her belt, it is a separate piece, a plastic brown piece. And in terms of her helmet, it is metallic silver with some blue details. Those are sculpted details. Her eyes are all white, and you can see the yellow somewhat necklace there. Spiral made her first comic book appearance in the 6-issue limited series of Longshot #1, published September 1985. In her first appearance, she was half naked. As a sorceress, she was casting a spell which involved sacrificing a child. Longshot managed to save the child. In issue #2, we meet Ricochet Rita, a stunt woman who is actually an alternate version of Spiral in a different universe. In Longshot #3, we get a full appearance of her in a costume. It is a bit different, but in the next issue, Longshot #4, it has now become the iconic blue costume that we know, and this is the same costume which this action figure has. Spiral can produce space warps by dancing, and this creates gateways through space and dimension. She can also drain the power of her targets. She is known to be mystically and biogenetically reconstructed to become Mojo's ultimate enforcer. To learn more about Earth, she joined the government-backed mutant team Freedom Force. When Mojo captured Betsy Braddock, Betsy was given bionic eye implants by Spiral. She has been an ally to Mystique and Wolverine. She reunites with Psylocke as a teammate in Uncanny X-Force. She comes with 2 extra alternate left hands. One left hand is open palm and is flesh or human-like, and the other one is closed fist, and it is the cyborg one, which is in metallic silver. She comes with 4 katanas, or which they refer here as sorcerer's swords, 2 of which is longer and the other 2 is short. It has brown handles with some sculpted details. All 4 swords can be plugged in or can be used by any of her sword or weapon holding hands for both left and right. I heard from another review that these swords were considered as brand new, but checking further, these swords are actually a reuse of Silver Samurai's katana. So the one that came with Silver Samurai is more of a black-handled katana, and this is the reason why 2 of the swords are longer than the other 2, because Silver Samurai has one long samurai or katana and one that is short. You can see here, using the Silver Samurai sword, it is very clear that these are the same swords, but it is just painted differently. Spiral has the brown handled one, while Silver Samurai has black handles. She comes with two odd gold weapons, a golden sword with a brown handle, and a axe-like thing. As you can see, the brown handle for the sword, gold sword matches the katanas that she has. They have brown handles. For some reason, the axe doesn't have it. The axe I can't find in any comic book, but this is the closest that I've seen it. Looking closely, you can see that this sword is the same sword as Angela's, but painted differently. And it is the same axe that Angela has. As you can see, the sword of Angela has a silver blade, while Spiral has like all gold from the like the before the handle is all gold, but they're exactly the same sword. In the same way as well for the axe, while Angela's axe has a brown handle. For some reason they didn't paint the handle of Spiral's axe as brown. As a sorcerer, you would expect that they could have given Spiral any power effect and some hands wherein she can use for dancing, because at the moment all of her hands are for gripping. You can use anyway existing power swirly effects that you have with your other Marvel Legends, just to show her wielding or like casting the spell. But then again, you only have one spell casting hand. The action figure stands 16.2 centimeters or 6.38 inches tall. According to Marvel.com, she is 5 feet 10 inches tall, making this figure taller than its 1/12 scale conversion. Size comparison beside Multiple Man and Wolverine. Next we have Jubilee and Captain Kate. Now for some larger Marvel Legends action figures, here we have Maestro the Hulk body mold and Apocalypse. Next we have Uncanny X-Force members Psylocke, Storm, and Bishop, all Marvel Legends. Next we have the Reavers, which are customers of Spiral's body shop. We have Bonebreaker, Reese, Skullbuster, and her creation, Lady Deathstrike. Some 7-inch scale size comparison besides Juggernaut, Colossus, Sabretooth, and Hulk, all Marvel Select. Next we have some 6-inch scale figures, Medicom Toy Mafex, Gambit, Psylocke, Wolverine, Cyclops, and Jean Grey. And with the help of Johnny, I have here the old Toy Viz Spiral besides the new Spiral. Next we have Satana and Spiral. I recently removed the articulation section in my review, as by this point there are other big time action figure reviewers who've got the figures early and has shown the articulation. What I did here instead is show some poses that represents how good this figure articulates. Let me know in the comments below whether this is a good idea. This Spiral action figure is truly one of the best Marvel Legends, a masterpiece, because not only does it look great, it actually works. All 6 arms are able to articulate as how you would expect Spiral to move with 6 arms. It is a big upgrade from the 6-arm Spider-Man, which cannot crunch forward or backwards because it doesn't have a upper torso swivel. For its price point, it felt that you got a lot for the money that you spent for it. For inbox collectors or those who just want to pose her on a shelf, this is just perfect. Nothing more needed. But for those who do action figure photography, you would want to have alternate pairs of hands so that you can take photos or do a pose of her dancing or casting a spell. Overall, a must-have figure, even if you are not an X-Men fan. because it is a breakthrough in terms of a articulated action figure. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and ring the notification bell.